The Doc is In is sponsored by Amada Senior Care.
As always, we're happy to have Chief Medical Contributor Dr. Ryan Stanton with us again in studio.
He's opening our eyes to how our eyes work.
Well done. I like this. Good writing this morning. Somebody got up on the right side of the bed.
Yeah.
So here's a question. Do
Okay.
you feel like that your vision, what we're seeing right now, is a constant image? Like a motion picture where you're seeing every moment of every second?
No, I think it's frames.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's exactly what we're seeing. Our eyes are just like a camera. And in fact, we see at about the human vision, we process about 30 to 60 frames per second, meaning that our eyes take individual pictures about 30 to 60 times a second, and our brain puts those together. In fact, about 10 to 12 is the maximum that we can see with gaps, and after that, it's seen as motion or fluid. Now let's look at some of these things right here. This is an airplane taking off. We're going to talk about how frames don't always synchronize. So this is the asynchrony of the frames of a camera and the refresh rate of LEDs. These LED lights that are above me right now are not actually solid lights. They're actually blinking at a very fast rate. And what you're seeing here, if you look at the display here with that blinking, they're not actually blinking in real life to the pilots. And this picture right here, which actually you can see it go away, that monitor or that instrument is not going away. The refresh rate and the camera rate are asynchronous, meaning they don't come together to the point that we're seeing it as a constant image. Our brains are doing the exact same thing every single minute of every single day. So coming up here in a little bit, I'm going to talk about some of the things that you can see or may not see. They're going to go common frame rates, the way we put things together in terms of our eyes, the things that presented to us, and how that comes together as moving motion as a constant picture.
So neat.
Yeah, it is interesting. And you know, with my sports background, a lot of times people would go to games, and in order to keep track of what was happening during the game, they would take a video shot of the scoreboard after a big play. And I'd get back and I'd look at the tape, and I'd see it panning up to the scoreboard. And as soon as it got there, the scoreboard would go to nothing. And I was like,
Disappear
oh, that
and
helped me
appear,
not, in
disappear
no
and
way
appear.
whatsoever.
Yeah, we see that. And actually, when I'm with racing, I see the same thing with the slowing of the images. You can actually see the lights, the Moscow lights and the lights that light the track flashing as they go. So it's actually very interesting. And we'll talk about some of the common frame rates you deal with coming up here in about 30 minutes.
All right, well, I like what I'm hearing. Thank you so much, Doc. We'll see you then.